what's up, y'all? So lately, a lot of people have been asking me, do you have to change your shock body every time you up your spring rate? The short answer to that is no. But if you're the type of guy or you're the type of gal that cares about how the car rides more than how the car looks, then you would want to revalve your shock body. The reason I say that is because the whole purpose of revalving is so the car doesn't do what it naturally wants to do with a higher spring rate, which is jar, which is bounce up and down aggressively. You don't want that to happen, not in this case, all right? So what you want to happen is you want the car, every time it hits a bump, you want that energy to be dispersed the right way. So if you just up the spring rate and you don't touch the shock, what's gonna happen is that spring is gonna constantly take all of that energy, and that energy has to go somewhere, which is upward. So look at it this way, right? You take a bowling ball and you drop it on the spring by itself. Naturally, what does it want to do? It wants to shoot that bowling ball right back upward, doesn't it? Okay, so now let's throw a shock in the middle of this. So that bowling ball is going to hit the shock, and then it's going to hit the spring. And if that shock is valved the right way, it's going to bring that shock down slowly, and it's going to go upward slowly, all right? So this way, you don't get that nasty jarring up and down motion that naturally wants to occur when you have a really stiff spring rate. So you got some cats out here that are running 50K, 100K spring rates. That's extremely unnecessary if you have the valved shock. If you have the properly valved shock, it's very unnecessary. So me, on my Infiniti, right? I had 34K in the front, 28K in the rear, and I never ever had my valves turn, my dampers turned all the way up. I never had to, never needed to. Even with the fitment, never cracked the fender, never cracked the quarter panel, and that's because my shocks were valved the right way. BC coilovers, D2 coilovers, I don't really rock with them too much, but BC, you can run 20K. D2, I wouldn't recommend anything over 18, 16K without revalving. It's just how they make their stuff. So, Broadway, their shocks are valved and catered to each spring rate, okay? That's why they're made to order, all right? With BC, it's off the shelf. You can get them made to order, but they don't always revalve for the higher spring rate. That's why when you want to order a setup with a 34K, it takes 4 weeks for them to get it out to you. Not the overnight off the shelf $1,000 situation. And there's a reason for that, because they have to revalve that shock to cater to that new spring rate. So in my personal opinion, and for as long as I've been dealing with suspension, I highly suggest that you revalve. Like I said, you don't have to, but if you care about how the car is going to drive and you care about how you feel those bumps inside of the car, you will get them revalved. All right?